Hello and welcome to the video series where we analyze every single lyric of the song Bonfire by Childish Gambino, aka the best rap song to ever exist. Today's lyrics that we're covering, the shit that I'm doing this year, insanity. Made the beat then murdered it, Casey Anthony. This is probably my second favorite lyric right here in the entire song, of course after the Filipino one. But this song is just filled with tons of bangers of different lyrics. We'll get started. We got to get through this line first. The shit that I'm doing this year, insanity. Insanity, related to that's crazy or awesome or very good. Like, I can't believe how much he's doing or how well he's doing, which is kind of funny. I think this was one of the terms that sparked up in the 90s, kind of with like sick or rad, things that kind of don't like mean the opposite of what they're intended to mean. I have the definition of insanity right here: extreme foolishness or irrationality, and inability to think and behave in ways considered normal or rational, especially on accounts of serious mental illness. I also have the translated to Philippine, if you really wanted them right there, if you'd like. I don't think this was meant this way. I think he was just trying to find something that rhymed with Anthony. That's why it's kind of shoehorned at the end of the song here. But it kind of goes into this kind of place where he's self-deprecating again. If you take it literally and what he's literally meaning, there's been a lot of things like calling himself a call girl and things like that, where he's kind of like self-deprecating a little bit on some of these lines. So you can kind of force a double entendre in there, and being that he's saying insanity, he's calling himself insane, he's calling himself irrational or having a mental illness. Maybe something that created this sort of slow jam. I don't know, maybe I'm shoehorning that in there, but I think it's something to look at when you're looking at the full scope of all of the lyrics here. And then this is the big one: made the beat and murdered it, Casey Anthony. Now I didn't know this when I first listened to it, but this is Casey Anthony right here. She is famous for being in a trial where she allegedly was accused of murdering her own 2-year-old daughter. You can see right here, Casey was charged with first-degree murder in October 2008 and pleaded not guilty. Now, she was later acquitted from this charge, and she faced 4 years in jail for lying to the police. So in 2011, this went a little bit harder when he released it. But knowing what we know now doesn't go as hard, because she was not found guilty of this crime. But for a while, she was a very big deal. Casey Anthony here. So he had to put her in there, and just what a way to put her into the song. He made the beat and then he murdered it, and then without any other words, Casey Anthony. He made this beat. He made this beat mentally ill. He made this beat stupid. He made this beat so many different ways. And then he murdered it. And then he murdered it at the end, just like Casey Anthony would. Just a very good way to almost cap off the song. This is kind of the penultimate line before we get to the end. Of course, I'm not trying to say anything about Casey Anthony. I don't actually have any opinions on Casey Anthony and what actually happened, but just assuming that Casey Anthony did murder her child, oh my god, this line goes very, very hard. Because he does so many things to the beat, and it's such a good beat, and then he just murders it right at the end. It's poetic in a way. I think it's poetic. The next video is going to be our final video. It's going to be a double. The lyrics that we're going to be covering start with these rappers don't know what to do, because all I did was act me like a Looney Tune. I will see you there.